Good morning, Andrews Elementary, and happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend, and I hope that you told your mother or the special woman in your life just how special they are and how much you appreciate all that they do. So, it was a pretty nasty weekend weather-wise goes, but hopefully it clears up this week. Today is a math day for most of you, so let's make sure to practice those math facts. Do all your work and check out your teacher's Google Hangouts, all right? That'll be a lot of fun. Now, I don't know about you, but I was thinking all weekend about our book, James and the Giant Peach. Now, we've read the first two chapters, and I don't know about you, but it sounds like James has it pretty rough with his two mean aunts. So I'm excited to see what he does and how that turns and what changes. Now, the author has foreshadowed a little bit that something extraordinary is going to happen. Now, foreshadowing is something that authors do to kind of give the reader an idea of something that's going to happen or something big is coming up. So I'm excited to see what that, maybe chapter 3 will have that. Now, a quick announcement today. Today is packet pickup, all right? I believe it's 10 to 12 at the high school. They also have food pickup there. If you only need the packet, you can come to Andrews from 5 to 6, and we'll be there passing those out. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on chapter 3. Now it starts with a picture here. I want to show you this picture. Looks like James is talking to some mysterious man. It was at this point that the first thing of all, the rather peculiar thing that led to so many other, much more peculiar things, happened to him. For suddenly, just behind him, James heard a rustling of leaves, and he turned around and saw an old man in a funny dark green suit emerging from the bushes. He was a very small old man, but he had a huge bald head and a face that was covered all over with bristly black whiskers. Kind of sounds like me. He stopped when he was about 3 yards away. I'm sorry, my cat keeps messing with this thing. He stopped when he was about 3 yards away, and he stood there leaning on his stick and staring hard at James. When he spoke, his voice was very low and creaky. "Come closer to me, little boy," he said, beckoning to James with a finger. "Come right up close to me, and I will show you something wonderful." James was too frightened to move. The old man hobbled a step or two nearer, and then he put a hand in the pocket of the jacket and took out a small white paper bag. "You see this?" he whispered, waving the bag gently to and fro in front of James's face. "You know what this is, my dear? You know what's inside this little bag?" Then he came nearer still, leaning forward and pushing his face so close to James that James could feel breath blowing on his cheeks. The breath smelled musty and stale and slightly mildewed like the air in the old cellar. "Take a look, my dear," he said, opening the bag and tilting it towards James. Inside it, James could see a mass of tiny green things that looked like little stones or crystals, each one about the size of a grain of rice. They were extraordinarily beautiful, and there was a strange brightness about them, a sort of luminous quality that made them glow and sparkle in the most wonderful way. Hold on. "You are being annoying." "I'm so annoying." "Go away. Keep messing with my tripod." "Listen to them," the old man whispered. "Listen to them move." James stared into the bag, and sure enough, there was a faint rustling sound coming up from inside it. And then he noticed that all thousands of little green things were slowly, very slowly stirring about and moving over each other as though they were alive. "There's more power and magic in those little things in there than all the rest of the world put together," the old man said softly. But what are they?" James murmured, finding his voice at last. "Where do they come from?" "Aha," the old man whispered. "You'd never guess that." He was crouching a little now and pushing his face still closer and closer to James until the tip of his nose was actually touching the skin on James' forehead. Then suddenly he jumped back and began waving his stick madly in the air. "Crocodile tongues!" he cried. 1,000 long, slimy crocodile tongues boiled up in the skull of a dead witch for 20 days and nights with the eyeballs of a lizard. Add the fingers of a young monkey and a gizzard of a pig, the beak of a green parrot, the juice of a porcupine, and 3 spoonfuls of sugar. Stir for another week, and then let the moon do the rest. All at once he pushed the white paper bag into James' hand and said, "Here, you take it. It's yours." All right, and that's the end of chapter 3. Things are getting pretty exciting now. All right, friends, let's have a fantastic Monday. Remember, work hard. If nobody told you they love you today, I love you all very much. I look forward to seeing you in your Google Hangouts.